Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. Today we're unpacking a super specific but honestly absolutely fascinating concept, guiding student journeys with AI navigation. We're going to look at exactly what happens when highly advanced routing technology meets the classic daily school commute. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to think back for a second to your own childhood, or maybe think of a student you know today. You know that relatable, universal struggle of getting lost on the way to school, trying to figure out a brand new bus route, or hitting a weird detour on your walk, or just feeling a little bit panicked before the first bell even rings? Well, how are those daily trips fundamentally changing right now? How exactly are today's student journeys being guided?
Section 1. Guiding Student Journeys. Unpacking the concept.
You'll notice our source specifically uses the word guiding, and that's absolutely crucial. It implies a really supportive, directed approach. It's not just, passively tracking a student or handing them a static map and saying, good luck, figure it out. Guiding implies a steady, reliable hand helping them get from point A to point B safely. It frames that everyday trip to school as a journey that requires active, ongoing support. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can logically map out the implicit path of this student journey mentioned in the text into three distinct, logical steps. Step 1 is route planning with AI. That's the underlying brain, right? Calculating the optimal path and anticipating those annoying delays. Step 2 is using Google Maps. That's the practical interface you're actually holding in your hand. And step 3 is navigating to school, the successful completion of the trip. So these three components piece together like a giant puzzle to form a complete active ecosystem of support.
All right, moving on to Section 2, AI Navigation Defined, the technology behind the journey. Let's look at what that actually means in this context. AI navigation is simply the application of artificial intelligence to modern navigation and routing tools. Let that sink in for a second. What's really notable here is how the text pairs massive, predictive computational forecasting with the everyday utility of just getting around your neighborhood. We are talking about taking incredibly complex traffic algorithms, deep historical route data, and real-time updates, and pointing all of that heavy tech directly at your local sidewalk, the bus stop, and the crosswalk.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the specific demographic this tech is being connected to. We aren't talking about enterprise logistics or global supply chains or huge commercial truck fleets here. This concept deliberately pairs highly advanced artificial intelligence with a very specific everyday user, school students. It literally takes a massive technological leap and drops it right into the backpacks and pockets of kids just trying to head to class.
Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds into the specific real-world application. Google Maps for Students, the real-world application.
So the crucial point is this intersection right here. On the left, you have the platform itself, AI and Google Maps. On the right, the end users, school students. It's about taking this globally ubiquitous app, something literally billions of us use worldwide, and deploying it as a dedicated, functional tool for a student's morning routine. Seeing these two elements side by side really changes how we think about a child's independence and, of course, their safety on the way to school.
And that brings us directly to the core excerpt from our source that summarizes the beautifully focused scope of this whole explainer today. Quote, AI and Google Maps and navigation for school students, end quote. That single sentence captures a profound, practical shift. It's artificial intelligence operating inside the world's most popular mapping software being actively deployed to guide and support the everyday journeys of school children. Which leaves us with a fascinating thread to pull on for the future. As AI and Google Maps continues to evolve, getting more predictive, more responsive, basically blending seamlessly into our daily routines, how else will it shape the future of student journeys? Seriously, what does a fully AI-guided commute to school look like 5 or 10 years from now? Keep that provocative question in mind the next time you open up a map on your phone. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope this deep dive sparked some great insights for you today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.